Apple officially debuted the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max at the September Apple events after months of rumors and speculation. And this pair of iPhones introduced some very huge changes. Today we're going to be doing a full review of the new iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max to help you decide if you really need to upgrade or not. Hello and welcome to Tech Kaiju. Here we discuss the latest tech gadgets and inventions. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you ever have any concerns, questions or opinions about the video, don't be shy, just leave them in the comments below. Now, let's get into the video. More so than in prior years, the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max are significantly different from their standard siblings, the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus. In the past, the camera was the main motivation for purchasing a Pro model, but this year, it offers so much more. Of the 4 new iPhone 14 models, the Apple iPhone 14 Pro is without a doubt the most intriguing. It has a new look, as well as camera, CPU and display upgrades. The battery is also set to last longer, and most importantly, the dynamic island is awesome. This feature alone makes the Pro models a lot more attractive and functional. Of course, there is also the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is practically identical to the iPhone 14 Pro, but larger and equipped with a larger battery. The iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max have a well-known design, but this year they have some significant distinctions from previous models in a number of important ways. The front of the device is one of those variations. In comparison to how it had been since the release of the iPhone X in 2017, the notch at the top of the display was made slightly smaller in 2021, but this still didn't make consumers satisfied, and so Apple listened. Apple didn't totally remove the annoying notch, however they replaced it with something very cool that is sure to appeal to users. Apple replaced the notch with something they called Dynamic Island. The Dynamic Island is a large pill-shaped cutout that houses the Face ID sensors and the front camera. It's tasteful, inoffensive, and a fantastic change from the norm, providing something a little unique. But more than that, it serves a purpose. The Dynamic Island, which is shaped like a pill, can be customized to display small icons and information from an open app such as Apple Music or the clock. The Dynamic Island will split if you've opened 2 apps, but if you tap and hold it for a bit, it will expand and give you more options. With one more tap, the entire app that occupies the area is opened. Simply open the app as usual and swipe up from the bottom to make it appear in Dynamic Island. Then the app enters Dynamic Island. However, it also functions with timely notifications. For instance, you'll be notified through it when an Uber arrives. The Dynamic Island changes according to the alert, such as forming into a square for Face ID and opening up when you flip the silent toggle. The Apple iPhone 14 Pro boasts some fantastic display upgrades in addition to the design changes. The iPhone 14 Pro has a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, which is the same size as the iPhone 13 Pro. The pixel density is 460 ppi due to the resolution of 2556 by 1179 pixels. Many of the same technologies are also included, such as True Tone, HDR support, and Apple's haptic touch. ProMotion is also supported, although there have been many improvements made with an adaptive refresh rate between 1 Hz and 120 Hz rather than 10 and 120 Hz as it was with the iPhone 13 Pro. This allows for the always-on display, which is the other big story along with Dynamic Island. The always-on display ensures that information such as the time or activity rings remain on the screen in a colored, dimmed style without you turning it on. The always-on display displays the lock screen you selected in iOS 16, so you can customize it by adding widgets. Now, an always-on display isn't a big deal for Android users. It's been on Android devices for years, not just flagships, but also mid-range and even budget smartphones. The iPhone 14 Pro has the same flat edges that we've seen on the iPhone devices since the iPhone 12's redesign. Compared to the aluminium frame of the ordinary iPhone 14, it is made of surgical-grade stainless steel and is heavy, giving it a sturdy and a premium feel. The volume controls and the silent slider are still located on the left edge, while the power button is located on the right edge. Another important update is that the SIM tray has been totally removed for users in the US, leaving just room for eSIM. There is now a frosted edge in its place. Speakers flank the Lightning charging connector at the bottom. Yeah, same old Lightning port, there is still no USB-C. Like its predecessor, the iPhone 14 Pro is IP68 water resistant and dust resistant, but this year's model comes in with new color variations, including deep purple, which will definitely be a fan favorite. However, if you're looking for something a little less eccentric, you still have gold, silver and space black options available, but you definitely like the purple. Unlike the standard model's two-lens system, the iPhone 14 Pro has a back camera which continues to be a 3-lens setup and a LiDAR sensor in the top left corner. The camera housing's borders perfectly blend into the rest of the rear glass panel because the iPhone 13 Pro's rear is made up of a single glass panel. Additionally, the camera housing stands out from the rest of the frosted rear by having a glossy surface. The iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max both got new 48-megapixel primary cameras as predicted by the rumors. Fundamentally, this will allow for better low-light photography and higher resolution photographs with more information. However, this is more than just a basic spec increase. The new main camera has a quad-pixel sensor which combines 4 pixels into one huge quad-pixel measuring 2.44 m and enables the sensor to adjust to the image being taken. Therefore, there is room to capture greater detail and let in a great detail more light, even though images will by default be resolved at modest 12 megapixels. The new Pro RAW mode on the new Pro iPhone can now take uncompressed 48-megapixel photographs, giving users far more editing flexibility, which really drives home the Pro element of the device. Sadly, there is no 8K video recording available here, although the 48-megapixel camera does support 4K at 30 frames per second in cinematic mode. ProRes capture at 4K 30 FPS, however, is only available on models with 256GB or more of storage. A16 Bionic chip's neural engine and second-generation sensor shift optical image stabilization, both of which are capable of intelligent processing, offer a new action mode for video stabilization when moving quickly over challenging terrain. This feature is very useful as it totally eradicates the need for a phone holder. By utilizing the middle 12 megapixels of the primary sensor for full-resolution photographs and 4K videos without digital zoom, the 48-megapixel camera also offers a new 2x zoom mode. Apple's new photonic engine, which promises better mid to low light performance across all 3 cameras, a 2x boost to the primary camera, 3x boost to the ultra-wide camera, a 2x boost to the telephoto camera, as well as a 2x boost to the front-facing camera, is another new improvement in computational photography. We also have the photonic engine, which is based on Apple's Deep Fusion AI technology, and it is said to analyze more detail in images while keeping delicate textures, offering greater color, and maintaining more information in an image. The new A16 Bionic chip is available for both the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. The 6-core CPU improves upon the already quick A15 Bionic and is up to 40% faster than the competitors like the Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. The 5-core GPU gives 50% more bandwidth and should result in improved graphically demanding apps and improved gaming performance. Additionally, a display engine has been included to handle the dynamic island. However, iPhones have always been known for their excellent performance, so the interesting thing here is that the neural engine can now manage 17 trillion operations per second and 4 trillion operations per photo. When combined with the image signal processor, it should result in really amazing computational photography capabilities for the iPhone 14 Pro. Apple did not specify battery sizes, but it did claim all-day battery life for the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. Fast charging is also available, with a 20-watt adapter charging the battery to 50% in about 30 minutes. There was no mention of RAM, either quantity or type, although the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max are expected to be lightning quick. Storage capabilities will be 128GB, 256, 512 and 1TB. So what do you think about these new phones? Would you be upgrading? Let us know down in the comment section.